Hello, and welcome to another episode of Rico'S Rants. My name is Rico. The gentleman next to me is my friend Eric.
Hello, Internet.
We apologize. We are kind of tired. We've gone through a couple takes of this that have now gone to, it's now 2:30 in the morning. We want to get this done for you. We love you, audience. We're trying. Bear with us. So the film that we're reviewing that I've asked Eric to help me with, because
Near and dear to our hearts.
this job gets kind of boring by yourself, but I thought I'd spice it up a little friendship, and just someone to debate with.
I'm spicy.
Comment if you want to see more of the guest host kind of thing, or if you want to see Eric again. I totally understand why. Motherfucker looks like Jeff Goldblum. So that brings us to the film we're going to review. Jurassic World. Why do we choose Jurassic World?
Well, other than the fact that it's a pretty bitchin' action movie, if you ask me.
I'll give you that.
You know,
Let's just say that on the trailer, like a pretty bitchin' action.
That's how I'd sell my movie.
Coming soon.
Yeah, that would be the whole ad.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a bitchin' action movie.
Oh, you don't see anything,
I made it.
You don't see anything else. It's just a footstep, like the
T-Rex
footsteps, and it's like a pretty bitchin' movie coming soon.
Yeah, that's it.
Like,
yeah.
And they're just like, what the fuck?
People go see it.
Oh, I'd see it.
So, Jurassic World, the whole Jurassic Park franchise, big part of our childhood, sort of our Star Wars.
Yeah.
Also, Colin Trevorrow. Not,
Rhymes with tomorrow.
from the East Bay, where
Which-
both of us are from, used to work at the video room, where Rico works.
I work at a video store, which is amazing to imagine.
There's a video store?
There is a video store.
What?
Apparently there's only one.
Christ.
Yeah, I
Go
work...
rent movies.
Go rent movies. That's my next question. Is not what's the next movie you want us to review or me to review? My question for you is there a video store in your town?
Do you go to it? Do you frequent it?
Do you roam the aisles like a human being instead of sitting in your computer, kind of like what we're doing?
Are you nostalgic at all?
And that's what brings us back to this film, is because it is nostalgic. It fills us with nostalgia. It's Jurassic World is close to our hearts because Jurassic Park is close to our hearts. Jurassic World is kind of like in our stomach area, but it's close to our hearts.
Yeah.
And I would even rank it like in terms of the original franchise. It would be Jurassic Park 1.
Jurassic Park 2.
No, not for me. It would be Jurassic Park, Jurassic World,
The Lost World.
Lost World, and Jurassic Park 3.
Okay, for me, it's almost the same.
Except,
Jurassic Park.
yeah.
Jurassic Park 2, The Lost World. Jurassic World.
And then
Jurassic Park 3.
the fact there's too many worlds in the title. You know what you know what they should do? If they're going to make a sequel, and they are making a sequel, they should title it Jurassic World: The Lost Park. And that'd be cool because it'd be on the
Other
original
half the
park.
island.
Yeah, exactly. So this film is set on the island in 2 and 3.
Isla Nublar. No. It's the one. It's the first island.
No,
Isla Nublar. It's Isla Sorna that 2 and 3 are on.
No, Sorna's the first one. Nublar is the second, third one. Because at one point in the third one, Billy says, "Oh, that was Isla Nublar. Isla Sorna. This is Isla Nublar." When they're saying, and then the other guy's like, "What? There's another island with a bunch of dinosaurs on it." Anyways,
Okay.
we're movie geeks. Me more specifically than him. Ah, damn it! It's okay. We're gonna still keep the take. I have to do this on my phone. I apologize, guys. I don't have a really running computer right now or a decent mic or camera, which is also where this guy comes in. He's gonna lend it to me. So the next couple videos should actually be pretty good. Moving on. Colin Trevorrow, homeboy from Oakland. I'm from Oakland. He's from Berkeley, California. We're both East Bay area boys. Colin Trevorrow used to work at the video room, the place that I work at, which is great because, you know, when you're a kid like me and you want to be in the video world basically, you know, you want to get into the Hollywood scene, you want to become a filmmaker, you want to become an actor or a voice actor or even a critic. You are terrified of that first step of jumping forward and going to LA and everything, and you really don't imagine there's anybody in your neighborhood that made it.
You also probably don't want to go to LA.
I do not want to go to LA. I am not.
Nice for a visit.
I mean, yeah, we have a mutual friend who lives there, and
Yeah.
we'll have to go visit him, and that'll be cool. But I have, LA is like a blonde with dirty underwear. So is Oakland, to be fair.
Except in Oakland, that blonde might also
Cut you.
Yeah.
She'll rob you, and you'll kind of be okay with it.
Yeah, it's a weird thing.
Yeah, it is. So Colin Trevorrow is an Oakland boy, and we have Tom Hanks is from the Bay Area. We have
Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill was born in Oakland, but was an Army brat, if I remember. He just happened to be born in Oakland.
Went all over the place.
Yeah. Clint Eastwood.
Rode his motorcycle through high school in Oakland.
Either Oakland Tech or Piedmont High, and he got expelled for it. So go Clint. Even way back then, he was dirty Harry for sure. I mean, moving on. So I mean, we do have famous people from the Bay Area. We have Pixar over at Emeryville,
But
and
it's just another thing to add to some confidence that takes sort of actors and directors off
Yeah.
that sort of deity level and makes it more relatable.
in other words, the motherfucker who is going to direct Star Wars Episode 9 had the same exact job that I currently have. And look, let me be frank. This video store that I work, the Video Room, and I'm not really plugging it for you guys. Like they didn't ask me to do this. They have no idea that I'm doing this. I just it really does pain me that like video stores are just going out of business. Like one, it's my job, so I'm gonna lose my job basically. But we're doing okay. We could always do better. Well, I had a point. What was my point?
Go to video stores, and Colin Trevorrow is from the East Bay.
Thank you. Colin Trevorrow used to work at the Video Room, and that gives someone like me hope to make that first step. That's exactly the point. So let's
start with problems.
Okay.
Things wrong with Jurassic World.
We can both agree that we like Chris Pratt in it.
Chris Pratt did a great job. Colin Trevorrow worked with him well. Good for the story. Too much of a
Promotional usage of him.
Yeah.
And I'll show you what we mean. Do you remember? Think about this really quickly. If you have it nearby, if you have a VHS tape, what the hell is that? If you have a DVD or a poster or the internet at your fingertips, look up the posters or the covers of
the first 3 Jurassic Parks.
Exactly. Now, you got them, right? Remember how it's just this image right there? Just that, just
the image on the gates.
the bones and that's it. Now, look at this. Now, again, we're not blaming Colin Trevorrow. We're not blaming Chris Pratt. We are blaming the promotional people who did this. I have major problem with the fact that this was basically a vehicle film for Chris Pratt. And I like Chris Pratt. I thought Guardians of the Galaxy was phenomenal. I would probably rank it in my top 5 of my favorite comic book movies. I mean, the fact that we were not expecting a movie to be as successful as it was and as good as Guardians, when I was like, what the hell is Guardians? I had to do a lot of homework.
He had to tell me that it was part of the Avengers thing.
I did. I mean,
I had no idea.
The way I phrased it was like the Avengers was the Beatles and Guardians of the Galaxy was the Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
And that's sort of what made him interested. He's not really a comic book fan. He's sort of a Wikipedia, look it up. Oh, okay, that's interesting kind of fan. And he lets me geek it out to him. But otherwise, he's not. I'm more of a fan. But even now, I was like, is that the one with the tree thing? I didn't even know what the hell Groot was, is what I'm saying. So he's very likable. He's got that dry Ryan Reynolds sense of humor and snarkiness that works well. I mean, he's the next. I wouldn't say he's the next Harrison Ford or Indiana Jones, but he's this generation's Indiana Jones.
Yeah, he's on that same level.
Yeah, I mean, he is that.
Cool man's man.
He is like, on one hand, he kind of comes off like all of his characters kind of come off like the guy that will hang around high school too much with a van.
Yeah.
The other kind is just like he also comes off like he's just the cool dude in high school, but is not necessarily the one who like
He drives a Camaro.
He drives a Camaro. He's not a jock, but he'll beat the hell out of you.
Yeah.
He's sort of like
He smoked cigarettes since he was 7.
he's got bad parent issues.
Yeah, exactly.
That kind of thing. So
he calls his mom Nancy. Actually, that's his mom's name. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, thank you. I call my mom Nancy. And I've been smoking for a long time, but not since I was 7. Speaking of which,
it's almost like him and Chris Pratt are the same guy.
Except I run away from you, not dinosaurs.
That was funny.
That was funny. Although, and that's another thing that we want to mention is the fact that Jurassic Park was a huge part of our childhood, in that it was sort of Star Wars, basically.
It was, yeah.
It was really our, oh my god, theater big blockbuster moment. I mean, the only thing the film that kind of rivaled that was like Independence Day.
Yeah.
Which I saw in theaters, and you weren't even really like conscientious at that point.
Nope.
No.
I remember seeing it VHS, grandparents' house, just like Jaws and Jurassic Park. Thank you, Grandma.
And Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones, Jurassic Park, Star Wars, and Jaws and Independence Day. These were like the films that, for me, made me want to be a filmmaker, made me want to get into films. I was obsessed with Indiana Jones.
I mean, what I've always loved about those movies, and any of the ones you just listed, is they are cool without being snarky. It's not like, it's not like cool in the way Trainspotting's cool. You know what I mean? It's cool in the way that it's like, this is kind of dorky, and this is super camp, and this is for kids.
For the record,
It's
we're not
cool.
saying do heroin, for the record, okay?
Heroin's bad.
Heroin's bad. Dinosaurs are badass. Badassosaurus. I'll be here all day.
There's the name for Jurassic. There's the new dinosaur in Jurassic Park.
I still think
Jurassic World 2.
I still think Jurassic World 2 should be called Jurassic World: The Lost Park.
I completely agree.
I think they'd be stupid enough to do it, and I think it'd be great.
Take my money.
Okay, so the bad. Let's get back to the bad, because now we're getting to 12 minutes. So the bad.
Can't run in heels from a T-Rex.
Bryce,
Can't run away from a T-Rex in general.
The whole point of the reason why the first 3 films work is that they, as much as they outrun or outdrive the T-Rex, he usually will catch up to you and eat you or step on you.
Yeah.
Like, as you're running, as you're sprinting, he takes one step and he's there.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes if you got enough, like, distance, you can outrun a T-Rex, but not a raptor. Yeah, I mean,
one of them will get you.
The only way you can outrun a raptor is if, like, you're going through
sports car.
No, outrun. I'm saying if you go through if you go through corners in a building.
Yeah, they're not good at turning.
They're not good at turning. They are good at opening doors, though.
That freaked me out.
Did it really?
A little bit. Just the fact it was like when I saw them opening the doors, I was like, oh my god, it's like a giant cat, but a cheetah.
But you'd be safe because those doors were like the handle ones, and you have like the knobs.
Yeah, they wouldn't be able to.
They'd be able to bite it and turn it though. They'd be smart.
Yeah, exactly.
They're smarter than dolphins. God, we keep throwing back to like the original lines. It's great.
There should have been in the new film, like there was in the first one, a cool British hunter guy with guns.
Did they have that in the third one? No.
No, they had like a super commando dude who got.
They had Mr. Really Noodle. Mr. Noodle. Oh yeah, that's your Elmo. That's my Elmo impression for you guys. Mr. Noodle, run from the dinosaurs. I think I lost it there.
A little bit, but it's
okay. Bit. I don't condone smoking and doing impressions of Elmo. It'll destroy your voice.
At least not simultaneously.
Not yeah. Anyone loves you. All right. Anyways. I agree.
You're gonna sound like you say.
I agree. I think at the very least they should have brought back Sam Neill.
Yeah,
seriously. And it's even as a consultant for Pratt's character.
Well, yeah, or just someone railing against the. I mean, there were just so many opportunities to bring Sam Neill back.
Or Jeff Goldblum.
Either of them.
Sam Neill more for me. Goldblum for him. I can't imagine why. Seriously, like that was I had an issue with the fact that like they almost like they ignored.
Yeah.
They kept throwing in these tributes and homages to the original film, but then ignored a lot of it. Like, if you're gonna do a reboot,
it would have been great, even to tie it into the sequel, have Sam Neill come up at the end, being like, "Oh shit, got to deal with the park again."
Yeah, he just basically like, guys, I told you not to do this. The whole point of me being in the first one was I said, don't open this park, and you fucking did it anyways.
And like twice.
And look what happened. Like, so back to the bad. Bryce Dallas Howard, as much as we thought she gave a great performance for that character, which is sort of like
fantastic,
a real stick up her ass kind of performance, but worked very well.
And she did it in that very sort of, you know,
librarian girl you want to like, that schoolgirl kind of like,
I bet you know some stuff.
Oh yeah, you read a book or two. The fact that she was running in heels, outrunning a T-Rex is just insulting. It's really, really, really just distasteful.
Felt lazy.
And what the whole point is, in the beginning of the film, as she's working with Chris Pratt's character
to find the kids,
because
he makes fun of her shoes.
He makes fun of her walking around in heels in the jungle, basically. And at one point, she takes them off, and like she takes off her jacket and like ties up her shirt to make it easier to run in. It would have been great if she just said, "Oh shit, I should take my heels off
and start running from this."
That would have been great character development. But like it's like
it felt like a missed opportunity.
It's like she's got dinosaurs running around her, and she's not learning anything.
No,
you know what I mean.
And it was disappointing.
And that's another thing that is also what I liked about this film is that the whole point is that this park has been around for 10 years, and I like the fact that there was a park existing.
Yeah,
which was a fresh, exciting take on the original film.
And visually, it was great to see
Jimmy Buffett.
Well, Jimmy Buffett, great cameo, but it was great to see the sort of that visual impact of holy shit. Here's a dinosaur theme park in its full swing.
Yeah, it was very, but also what I liked is that it had that, but it also had a very Disney World look to it in the sense that it was just saturated with commercialism. There was literally like they had a sign at one point that was like T-Rex brought to you by Verizon or something.
Yeah,
it's like okay, that we see that everywhere we go. America is one giant strip mall. Is really what it is.
Well, they were joking about that too because the Indominus Rex was going to be sponsored by Verizon too, and like those execs.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, those execs she was meeting with
were
from Verizon, so that was clever.
It was. We liked that. We liked that it was poking fun at America, and the whole point that they invented this Indominus Rex is because people had been to these parks for 10 years already.
They were bored.
They're bored, and that's the problem with not America today, but like just people today. Is that everything is too impatient, too quick. We want this, we want that. Oh, dinosaur, great. And then I already saw the dinosaur.
A very wise
motherfucker.
Man
it's a dinosaur.
You cannot always get what you want.
That's true.
Personally, I just wanted Jurassic Park 4 with Sam Neill, Jeff Goldblum, a bunch of fucking dinosaurs, old park jeeps.
Yeah.
And I got like
you got
45% of that.
You got Bubble Boy's car.
Yeah,
which was kind of cool.
I got the Jeep.
It was kind of cool though.
Yeah, it was tight.
It was. That's what I'm saying. It's like it throws back to the original, and it keeps this new one fresh.
And it
was
current. Clever on both Trevorrow and the writer. I don't know who wrote its part. Because,
I think he did.
Oh, that's tight.
I think he did.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It was clever in the sense that it both was a whole new movie to a new generation, and you didn't have to have seen the first ones. And kids who are now, 5, 6, 7 at current, this is sort of their Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
And they did enough that us, old Jurassic Park fans, didn't feel cheated.
It did,
or as cheated as possible.
It did what The Force Awakens is doing for the new generation. It's making us interested.
Yeah.
And we got to give credit. We're dropping Force Awakens, but we got to give credit. J.J. Abrams, you did a fantastic job.
Kudos.
You did something that Lucas couldn't do, which was literally give us a new hope. And that's what Trevor wrote. Your name sucks, man. I'm sorry.
It's so hard, man. We're trying.
We work at the same job, and I love the fact that you are from Oakland, but it's hard to say your name. I'm sorry. I keep reminding myself it rhymes with tomorrow, but it doesn't flow.
So hard.
I thought you were British this whole time, man. I thought your name was Colin Trevorrow. You were gonna be a Sherlock villain or something. I'm sorry. Moving on. You can tell this video is gonna get more exposure than my review of Black Mass. I thought I did
Hopefully.
a good. Yeah, well, maybe I should keep you around more. So, I like that BD Wong came back.
That was great.
BD Wong was great because he was the only cast member of the original film to come into this one, which is really a nice tie-in. Vincent D'Onofrio was great.
He was good, yeah.
The kids were good. I liked the young kid. He kind of came off a little whiny, but
well, I liked him too because he was also sort of, for old Jurassic Park fans, a bit of an homage to Timmy from the first movie.
He was kind of a combination of both because he was a geek. He was like a computer geek at the same time.
Yeah.
Randomly, who else was in it? Jimmy Buffett was in it.
Yeah, he's Margarita Man.
He's the guy who, like, when all the shit storm is happening, he chases after. He runs away and grabs his margaritas at the same time. Nice little throw in for Jimmy Buffett. I thought that was funny. So we should end this because we're at 20 minutes now, and I'm gonna rank the film in the franchise: Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, The Lost World, and Jurassic Park 3. So I'm going to give Jurassic Park 1 5 stars. It is a perfect film.
5 stars for me, too.
It's a perfect film. It's everything we loved. It was a great precursor.
It was all it needed to be. And if it had been any better, it would have been not a movie of the people, and it wouldn't have been good.
And it worked well. That
snarky.
It was... Jurassic World works because it is not... The director is talented enough to make it as good, almost as good as the first one, or at least the first two.
At least on the same tier.
At least in the same tier. So, whereas like if
okay, so Jurassic Park is 5.
Yes.
Where was that?
I would give Jurassic World. I'm gonna give it a good 3.5 stars.
That was actually where I was going to. It was 3.5 on Jurassic World.
I would give Lost World 3. I would also give Jurassic World, Park 3 2.5.
I'm gonna agree in the sense that I think Jurassic Park is a 5.
Yeah.
And that my second favorite is Jurassic Park: The Lost World, Jurassic Park 2.
Yeah.
And I kind of think that that's more of a 4. And
okay.
Jurassic World's more of a 3.5. And honestly, even though I like it because it was kind of the first, Jurassic Park movie I remember being out and being excited about and being, holy shit, I want to go see that.
Right.
It's still a 2. I don't even know if it cracks 2.5 for me.
Jurassic Park 3 kind of has a soft spot in my heart as well because, like...
And that's me trying to be really objective because I would just be like, they're all fucking 5s. If you asked me and, like,
I mean,
I wasn't trying to be decent about it.
It'd be the same thing of, like, Indiana Jones. Like, with the exception of Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, the first 3 I would all rank 5.
All 5.
But I also love Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, which I think they should retitle Lost Crusade, just because it's clearly the Last Crusade. I would rank that above Raiders, even though they're all 5 stars. I like that one a little bit more because of the dynamic between Sean Connery and her.
Sean Connery is great in that film.
And Temple of Doom was just too dark. It was just too dark.
Like, I rewatched that recently.
Is it dark?
Fucking freaky.
You know why? You know why it's so dark?
Is it the child slavery thing?
No, I'm saying. Do you know what? Do you know why they made it so dark?
Why?
Because Lucas was going through a divorce at the time. So when he wrote it, that whole heart ripping out of the chest thing.
Oh, that's clever.
See, writers, it's always your partner's fault. It's always that bitch stole my heart, ripped it out of my chest. It was still beating, and it set me on fire, and slavery, and monkey brains. So we're gonna end it on monkey brains. Like I said, I'm gonna give it. What did I say? 3.5. I'm gonna give it 3.5. I'm going to give it 3.5.
I'm going to go 3.5 as well.
I'm going to give it 3.5 T-Rex bones.
3.5 T-Rex bones. 3.5 raptor claws.
Very nice. Nice segue. But we can also agree that, like, Jurassic Park 3 is total, like, a Spinosaurus dung.
Yeah.
Like, that's when we would include, like, a clip of Jeff Goldblum, like, that's one big pile of shit. So... thank you so much for watching our video. We apologize. There was a lot of F-bombs, but, when we get together, we just can't help it. I really tried. I didn't try that much, actually. I'm sorry. Special thanks to Colin Trevorrow for making this film and for being a Oakland boy represent. I apologize for messing up your name as much as I did, man. I'm sorry. Kudos to Spielberg for... Actually, no. What we forgot? The Mosasaurus scene where it leaps out of the water and eats Jaws. That was a badass moment. I kept making...
I totally forgot about that.
I read that Colin Trevorrow, like, wrote that in specifically so Spielberg could be like, I get it, right? Like, there was an exchange where, like, Spielberg was just like, dude, I get it. Like, I directed Jaws. It's a great white shark. I love the idea, but I get it. Like, you're a fan. Which is cool. And that's the whole thing, is that...
That's why it's tight, because you can tell Colin Trevorrow is also
fan.
a movie dork.
And he's a fan of Jurassic Park. Just like J.J. Abrams was a fan of Star Wars. These are fans.
That's really what all these movies need if their reboots are going to be decent.
Seriously. I mean, if they were going to remake The Godfather, it would have to be a fan of the first Godfather. Not the New Age mob movies, but the first one. He's got to... I mean, it will... I implore Hollywood to not make another Godfather. 3 was enough. They are remaking Scarface, though.
I've got... Who's in it?
Leo DiCaprio.
That'll make millions of dollars.
I
have a bet that I'm gonna put down right now. $5. Not gonna say 100. I'm broke.
Okay.
$5 says if they do remake The Godfather, Tom Hardy's in that shit. He's fine. He's great.
As what?
I don't know. I don't care, but I'm just saying it's very sort of
I think that's a terrible idea.
It is, but that's what we're gonna do.
It's a terrible idea. You know what I would see? You know what I'd like to see?
Huh.
Just for the weird casting, is Michael Keaton.
That'd be tight.
Not as the Godfather, but as like a Tom Hagen consigliere type. Can you imagine that?
That'd be kind of cool.
Batman is Hagen. Anyways, so we're going to end the film. What did you think of our video? Do you think Eric should come back and talk bullshit about movies with me? Or do you think it should be a standalone thing? And what's the next movie you want me or him and both of us to review? I want to thank you, Eric. Thank you for coming in. I'm not shaking your hand. I want to thank
you. It's been great to be here.
Oh God, it took 3 hours to get through.
Yeah.
We've been at this all night. Don't read into that. I had fun. I had fun.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, I had a good time. Comments would be very much appreciated. Subscribe for more content. Please offer suggestions and more questions.
Tell us what should be reviewed.
Someone wrote to me and said that they want me to not critique a Bond film, but to talk about the different Bonds.
And how that would be great, and how they all sort of, in the theories on, whether or not Bond is one man
or multiple,
or just a number.
Till next time, I'm Rico.
I'm Eric.
Thank you for watching Rico's... What the hell is my show called?
Rico's Rants.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.